What's up, people out there in YouTube land? Welcome to the Gamers at Large, episode 84. Tonight, I got with me Twilight Bites. What's up, man?
What's happening, y'all?
What's up? What's up? And we also got Shadow Fox.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for allowing me to be a guest on this wonderful and illustrious podcast. How y'all doing out there?
Tonight's gonna be another chocolate cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chocolate drops.
Chocolate drops. So tonight we got a couple things. One, we're gonna do a first look at Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know we've talked about that before. Start doing first looks at certain games. We did one for Fallout 4 a couple weeks ago. So tonight we're doing Xenoblade Chronicles X. But before we get into that, me and Mr. T was talking the other night before we were doing one of our podcasts, and we were talking about gaming reviews, and we were talking about some of the reviews we read for Fast Racing Neo and Xenoblade and other reviews. It kind of brought me to this idea of when game reviews make no sense, and what I mean is when a game review, when you read a game review and then you get the game and you play it and everything that was in the review doesn't even match to what you're playing. And one of the things that I saw from one of the reviews I read, and this is on for Fast Racing Neo, they were complaining about the difficulty.
Yeah.
But in the same review, the guy also talked about how they should have Shinin make F-Zero. And that got me to thinking, I'm like, I played F-Zero GX on the GameCube. That thing, the difficulty on that was bananas.
Yeah.
And it did not hold your hand. So if you're complaining about the difficulty on Fast Racing Neo, but you're not complaining about the difficulty for F-Zero, I haven't played an easy F-Zero game. Have y'all?
Because it's cool to say F-Zero. That's all that is.
Okay.
It's cool to say Nintendo isn't making F-Zero, so we need to force them to make F-Zero. Let's act like we played an F-Zero game in the last 20 years.
Yeah, cause I just thought it was me. Cool. I'm like, I don't remember any F-Zero game being easy.
I think in a lot of what people say a lot of stuff about F-Zero, a lot of times I think they're just saying it because F-Zero hasn't come out in a while. There's another thing to complain about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let's put a stake in the ground right now. The easiest F-Zero game was the first game on Super Nintendo. That's the easiest in the series. So if you want to go easy, go back to Super Nintendo and Mode 7.
Yeah.
You're not getting any easier than that. And once you start playing on King and all these other type races or whatnot on normal or higher difficulty, and it starts getting hard, that's the beginning of the difficulty on F-Zero GX, not to mention AX, where you have like more cars on screen. So yeah, it gets dumb real quick. So you should be used to it if you're an F-Zero fan and you play Fast Racing Neo. Why would you be complaining about the game being hard?
Yeah, why? That makes no sense. It makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it means you don't know what you're talking about.
That's like a Devil May Cry fan not liking how difficult Bayonetta is.
Yeah. I found that to be oddly hilarious and like, okay, dude, if you're gonna ask for that, then are you gonna ask them to make it easier for you too when it comes out? I mean, I don't get that. Oh, hey, Vicky.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right. Glad you can make it.
I just want you to know, Vicky, I can finally play Dance Central Spotlight now. I had to remount my my Xbox One Connect, and now I can play. Now I can play.
I would pay money to see you play a dance.
Oh man, look, Dance Central 2, man, that was my thing, man. So,
yeah, bro, I would pay lots of money to see you do that.
So there we go. I can start my Patreon right now. If you want to see Shadow Fox play Dance Central 2 and Dance Central Spotlight, I can stream videos and we can put it on YouTube.
Yes.
You know somebody's gonna do that, right?
Somebody's
gonna do that.
Create a Patreon right now.
Somebody's gonna do it, and they're gonna want to see video.
And I'll do it with a ninja mask on if you want me to. I don't know.
Wow.
It's whatever.
That just made it kind of weird.
I'm about to have to check my budget real quick. I really am now.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's okay. Dance Central aside,
Yeah. Where were we?
Yeah. So we're talking about reviews.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about reviews. So I did see a review for Xenoblade, and before we get into our first look, I just want to say one thing. If you don't like the music in Xenoblade Chronicles X, you need to check your musical taste, and I'll leave it at that.
You don't have any musical taste, okay?
It's
I
a
don't
mix
mean to,
anyway.
I don't mean to play the musician card. There are some songs that are interesting, like maybe the music for the industrial, or the music for the NLA, like during the
Yeah.
day, is kind of hilarious. But
Oh
that's
yeah.
about it. Like it's not like bad. And then you got the yeah,
That makes no
that
sense.
shit that don't make no sense. But the music itself is great. And the only complaint I have about the music is that it's too damn loud sometimes. Like when you're watching a credit, like not a credit, a cutscene,
Cutscene.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I ran across a couple people who were complaining about it, and I'm like, dude, the music is fine. It's like some of the best video game music I've heard in a while,
Yeah.
in a long time. I mean, and everything, especially when you go to a different area, everything seems to
Hmm.
match with that area that you
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
So outside of like you said, outside the NLA, music sometimes
Which
just doesn't
isn't
make any
even
sense.
bad. It's just funny to me.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Like
And
you're
it
like,
gets stuck
like
in your head.
yeah,
But like the theme for Noctilum,
yeah.
where during the day it's kind of like a rock foresty type music. It's so fire, man. Like you gotta listen to it. Like the dude said on the Survival Guide, certain things need to be experienced to be understood, and the music for this game is definitely one of those things.
I guess part for the course is just kind of understand who's reviewing the game, the review you decide to
Of
pick,
course, yeah.
um, and understand not only how or why they had to review it, how much experience they had with the game. One of the most I want to say one of the most viewed on Metacritic reviews is the one from IGN, and that individual person went out of their way to say, "Look, I haven't done like I just tried to run through the game, basically."
And
So
that was stupid.
yeah, while you have to invest at least 60 hours um, to get a full understanding of what this game is about. For a lot of people, that's when the game really starts. So you'll have to. You can't go from the perspective of someone that has deadlines, because that person missed like there are like 4 other reviews on the Wii U right now. That platform that doesn't have any games apparently. There are
Yeah.
4 other reviews this dude has missed because he played this game. So it that being said, obviously time was an issue with regards to publishing this review. So you have to keep that in
Hmm.
mind when you're reading the review. And while I won't say that he's lying 100%, now, and that being said, the only thing that I have done so far is seeing the start screen for the most part, and create a character. I'm not going to dive in there until I'm done with about 2 other games that I'm playing right now. So, but I know what I'm getting into because I've seen enough content of the game as it is, and I've played the first one. So, unless the game engine has completely changed, which I know it hasn't, I know what I'm in for. But this
Yeah.
person in particular decided to, basically say, hey, in some cases, the game being that big can be a detriment, and in some cases, the sense of scale is unwarranted. And I think that person, unless they really decide to move around and start to experience everything there is to do in the game, they're not going to really feel that. Particularly in contrast to that same outlet, not necessarily him, reviewing another game that um, doesn't really have that much more to do, um, but it's considered a large achievement and a bigger game just because the visuals look more appealing to them. I'm not going to say technically more, but I'm going to say it looks more realistic. So I mean, and that's a whole nother discussion for another maybe a Shadowcast at some point. But Yeah, I'm. If listen to who's writing the review. Look at who's writing the review. Read the entire review. Don't just look at the score, and then understand, or at least try to find out how long they played that game before they wrote what they wrote.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I'm like, I often wonder, like, especially like games like Xenoblade and Fallout and Skyrim, stuff like that. How long do they actually have to actually review those games? Because a lot of those games like that, you can think like 100, 200 hours in and not even realize it.
I will say, to the benefit of Fallout, most publishers had review copies a full month early.
Yeah. So,
with the exception of Xenoblade, I think they had it maybe a week or two ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're maybe a week ahead of most of the people now playing it.
Yeah. So I just find it funny because if that's the case, I would put a disclaimer. Personally, I would put a disclaimer before that. Personally, if I know I got to get a review out, and I had to fly through it and like miss a lot of the stuff that's supposed to be that people are supposed to do, I would just put a disclaimer saying that, stating that.
But isn't that the whole point of review versus first impressions? Because you didn't really get to play the whole game, so you say first impressions, so people know you didn't get the whole aspect, but you got some of it. So here's some of your thoughts, and then you do a full review later.
Vicky, that's a wonderful point. I think that is I think that's an infernal thought process that a lot of these publishers, these outlets are dealing with. So they should do a first impression if they just need to get something out of the door, and do the review later when they're done playing the game. I don't know. That just sounds like common sense to me.
Do you think these guys care? Like, be honest with yourself.
No.
It's all about negligence.
They don't.
Like, that's why this whole conversation, I love y'all, and I love that we're having this conversation, but these guys don't care. They don't care about Xenoblade.
We could very well. That could be game of the year right now. I'm sorry. That could be game of the year right now. We don't know.
We don't know. They gave game of the year to other games that come out at a similar time and all that kind of stuff. They just don't care. They don't want to give credit where credit is due. They would much rather not have to do that. You know what I'm saying? They want what's gonna sell to their audience, and
good point.
That's just that. Their audience is these cats that like they're gritty, they're PlayStation, Xbox games. That's really all that is.
And on that note, let's turn this a little bit more positive then. So, first look, Xenoblade Chronicles X first look. So,
Let me go ahead and pause it.
I'm 17 hours in, and I had to do some grinding, so I'm 17 hours into it. So, Twilight, I know you probably about 130 hours in.
No, I'm 59 hours in. I'm almost 60 hours in.
Be close. I was close.
Not really, but yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of hours. It's slowed down over the past few days because I've been busy. But yeah.
One of these days, I hope to catch up to you. So the good. I'm gonna let you handle that. Take the good.
Man, this might be a podcast in and of itself. The good.
Wherever you
right now, let me tell you what's good is that I have my flight module on my scale right now, and I am flying over the continent of Oblivia, and it seems to be about the size of like Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Like this game seems like it'll take you about that long to walk across, and I'm sitting and surveying the landscape, and it's gigantic. It's like one of the biggest things I've ever seen in a video game. You know what I'm saying? And that alone to me is just insane. Just the scope of this game is fucking insane. So there's that. The gameplay itself, pretty seamless. You know what I'm saying? You can walk from any area, and there's really no real transition. You know what I'm saying? Like no loading screens between these areas, which I think is pretty awesome. It lends itself to the expansiveness of the game. The feel like you're in a real world where you have to fight for survival. Man, the good. It's just so much. I don't even know where to start. It's like so much. I'm drawing blanks.
All right, we gotta cut you down to 3 minutes because if we let you gush, we're gonna be here for the next 7 days.
Shut up, Letters. I'm not even looking at the screen, and I know that's you.
Well, I got a recognizable voice.
Anyways,
well, let me ask you.
What's up?
Any surprise tyrants jump on you?
Oh hell yes. That's one thing that kind of bothers me, but that's also kind of like a realistic situation that you run into on an alien planet where you have no idea what lives there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of adds to the thrill of the game.
And I will add that because I've had my run-ins with a few tyrants. The funniest one happened to be when I was actually doing a side quest, and I'm fighting. I had to do a bounty on some indigents, as they call them. And right in the middle,
mm-hmm.
a tyrant burrows out of the ground.
Yeah.
While I'm fighting, and pretty much takes us all out in one hit. He was a level 55.
Absolutely.
Burrows out
I
the
mean,
ground.
one hit, and you're done. And
I'm
it's just hilarious.
A level 55.
You sure you wasn't on his lawn?
Dude, it was funny because because it was when I went and looked at the Collectopedia afterwards, it only comes out like in the evening. So right when I was fighting was the afternoon, but it transitioned over because I was fighting like a level 13 Grex, and that's what I was trying to. That was the side quest was for.
Grexes.
So it was taking a little while, and it transitioned over in the evening. When it transitioned in the evening, he burrowed up and killed everybody. He killed the Grexes, me.
He killed the other animals.
Yeah.
I've never seen them kill each other.
He swung his pincer around. So when he swung his pincer around, all of us died.
Huh, I didn't know they could kill each other.
I didn't either,
sure?
but I saw it was on the side of my screen. He fell over. The Grex fell over. And the Grex fell over, I fell over, Elmer fell over, and Lynn fell over.
Yeah.
I was down to the last Grex.
And their little death knells are hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're not gonna make it.
You really aren't, because this dude got like 1,001. And the battle system to me, it's just great how they really have like kind of balanced it out and made it work. You know what I'm saying? That's so much information in this game. You know what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous that they were able to make it playable.
Now I will say this: there's a little bit of a learning curve if you haven't played any of the previous Xeno-esque games, because there is a little bit of a learning curve to that. But the way they have it set up, you should be fine.
Yeah.
You should be fine because they make it every chapter you have to do a certain amount of prerequisites just to even move the story forward. So it actually makes you level up like you're supposed to, and you get used to the gameplay, you get used to the combat system, you get used to everything. So
it is definitely better executed than I think Chronicles was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that being said, and we already talked about the music. The music is awesome. The music is just awesome. Now, the one point of contention that I probably think a lot of people, some people are gonna have, and that's like, for some reason, every now and then when I'm back in New LA, certain parts of the actual like residential area doesn't look like it looks kind of bland. Like I don't know what to say. Like, whether the models don't look right, something doesn't look right about it.
Yeah, it looks cheap almost.
Yeah, in comparison to everything else.
Yeah.
And that's only in that district. So like if you go to the industrial district or you go to administrative, everything looks like futuristic up to,
Yeah, you can kind of tell they put more work into it.
Yeah, but the residential area, they ain't put no work into that.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of interesting. It kind of reminded me like an old Grand Theft Auto game or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
How certain parts of Grand Theft Auto will look amazing, and then you have this one area or two areas that just look like crap.
Yeah, they definitely are still, even though this game does look gorgeous, when the textures finally pop in, The game does look gorgeous. They definitely are capitalizing on what made Xenoblade Chronicles so great, even though it didn't have the best graphics, just the sheer scope and beauty and creativity of everything. But yeah, there's definitely some presentational inconsistencies sometimes. I think it's very pronounced in LA for sure.
Yeah, like because you've been to Oblivion and all that, right? I've only been to Noctilum so far. So.
Yeah, I'm in Oblivion right now, actually flying around.
Okay, so
tripping.
All right. Since you already got your scale, can you like give the rundown of a scale?
Man, a scale. There's a trade-off with a scale. First of all, there's certain things that you should know. When you get your scale, you have something that's called scale insurance. So the first time you buy a scale, it comes with 3 free deaths, essentially. 3 times where you're allowed to die without having to pay to replace it. But after that, you got to pay to replace that mug.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's a financial hit that you don't want to have to take.
So hold on. So any F-Zero players that died a lot, you don't want to play with a scale.
No, you don't. You don't want to play with, because your characters the game is definitely designed to be able to play pretty much without a scale. I don't think there's a single completely essential thing that you need a scale for. But it does make battle a lot easier against certain enemies and everything like that. And first of all, the light scales, as soon as you can get a medium scale or a heavy scale, get it, because the light scales suck. They have they die like regular ass characters. It really kind of sucks. But yeah, definitely get you a medium scale.
So question: does that scale insurance? Is it when you buy a scale or just with the first one?
Okay, so every time you first buy a new scale, each
new
scale comes with 3 free deaths.
Okay, I just wanted to know, so when I pick up the game, I know if I get a light one, I'm not going to be screwed on the back end when I get a big one.
No. Scale insurance applies to each individual scale over its whole entire lifespan.
Good.
The attack power on scales is ridiculous. So you'll be able to, I fought some monsters that were maybe 15 levels above me with a scale, and I was able to beat them relatively easily. But certain monsters will still massacre you and destroy your scale. I mean, the scale gets a higher attack power, but they aren't completely invincible or broken by any stretch of the imagination.
All right.
And when you have certain enemies that have certain attack effects and everything like that, it can really hurt you. It can really do some damage to you. But yeah, they have a million different, their armor. Wait, no. So they have armor, and then they also have gear, and your arts. You know how each character has their own natural arts that just kind of come with the character. Well, Scale's arts are attached to the equipment that you buy for them.
Oh,
so
that's
you can
cool.
buy different weapons, and there'll be arts corresponding to the weapon you bought. And it's just so much customization and mixing and matching that you can do.
So these things really are like Gundams.
Yeah, they really are. They're like Gundams. They're like Transformers. They're like all
they
of that. They are
the Hyper Robotech transforming Gundam.
They are the very best of everything mechanoid. They are everything you could ever want from a personal mech. And the game treats them like fucking cars, which I like. You know what I'm saying? They don't treat them like no special thing. It's like, oh, you got your scale license? Good. Go out there and, do your thing. I'm like, okay, shit, will do.
Is it a good idea to take some time to put some thought into it when you're getting your weapons and stuff?
Oh, it takes time to do everything in this game. Because
you said the light scales are pretty much worthless. So
they're not worthless. I mean, my first scale, I named it Twilight. He got me through what I needed to get through. But once I got this medium scale, who I named Dexterity, that was it. I'm not going back to Twilight.
Basically, light scales are like that old used beginning car that you give to a teenager.
You can't. Here's how weak your first scale is. You can't even buy a new scale at a level that low. after you get it. You have to buy a scale. You have to buy up from that.
Okay.
You know, so don't invest too much time.
That's the training wheels.
So maybe if you buy a light scale, a level 30 light scale, I mean, it might do better than whatever the scale is that the game comes with that you first get. But I wouldn't. I mean,
so it'd probably be better to stick with something like a medium scale. Because I heard like the medium scale and the heavy scale doesn't have hardly any evasion, but it's high. No. It has high fuel.
Yeah, you're gonna be eating all kind of. It has very high fuel. Yeah. I think the medium scales are definitely a great happy medium. Yeah, for sure.
That's probably the best balance. Okay then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else about scales, man? If you leave your scale before it blows up, then you won't. You might not have to pay the fee to get it back. I think something like that. If you leave it correctly, like you have to do a soul challenge, that little circle thing that pops up. I think there's something to do with that. This game has a freaking curriculum, man. Like it's a lot to think about.
And all right, so I guess you're gonna be starting classes sometime soon, then.
We're gonna have
Professor Twilight.
I think Francis, not Frank, OJ now, I guess is his name. I think he's the one you're probably gonna want to talk to about all this, because I mean he really knows this game inside and out. You know what I'm saying?
I was just listening to that, right? So some people are, they review this game and other games, and they claim difficulty with controls. They claim difficulty with learning curve of fighting systems. As this word that the press tends to overuse a lot is called intuitive. Okay, yeah. So the whole point of playing a video game is you've never seen it before, and you learn how to play it. That's the whole part of the fun. Is basically a puzzle. You figure out what's the point of putting a puzzle together that you already know how to put together.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of playing a video game. You figure out the system, and then you learn how to apply it throughout the rest of the game. And it basically tests you over and over again to see if you learned everything, all the game mechanics that you need to learn.
Shadow, I've got a secret for you. They don't like to learn.
They don't like to play games.
Please read me my news articles for me, please.
Yeah, they hardly know.
I want you to read my articles and give me my opinion.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. So
they hardly like to play games in general. So
bad thing is, I feel like a lot of these people that are reviewers and whatever for most of these gaming publications don't want to play games at all. They just do it because it's easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the most part, and then when they get a hard game, they don't want to play it.
Well, the only thing that I would probably say about especially the combat system, if you've never played like Xenoblade Chronicles, you probably are gonna have a problem.
It won't necessarily be a problem. It'll just be a learning curve.
Yeah, it would be a learning curve because you would have to take some time to actually learn the actual system. Because one of the I wouldn't say hardest things about this combat system is the soul challenge thing, because sometimes you in the middle of a fight with a tyrant, you miss some of them.
Oh yeah, you miss a lot of them.
You're gonna miss a lot of them.
But the system is at least explained to you.
Yeah, it is.
But another game, such as the Soul series, which originally it wasn't explained to at all, is Trial by Fire. People decided to make that popular, and now that's one of the that's one of the most renowned franchises, if you will, across gaming press, if you will. And I'm not going to sit here and say that any of those games are bad. Personally, I kind of favor Dark Souls.
I mean, well, if you played Ninja Gaiden back in the day, you wouldn't have a problem playing.
Oh no, you wouldn't have a problem. 3 bosses in a row, 1 life bar. He has 4. Yeah, because one of them is a 2-parter. So yeah, you have 4 life bars versus 1. Go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have no specials if you die and continue.
Yep. Oh, and you thought that you were going to start back at the middle? No, we're putting you all the way back to the beginning.
All the way back to the beginning. Good luck.
Yeah.
So I guess my problem with that is you can't. It seems like they pick and choose, and we probably complain enough about the press as it is, but it becomes popular opinion and ends up being circulated around, and that is
problematic.
I got into an argument with somebody on Google Plus today talking about how the issues that Wii U has running Xenoblade, and I'm like, what game are you playing? And once I started talking about specifics about what exactly is a holdup for you, they were talking about the data packs or whatever, because you don't have to download the data packs because the game is running off disk.
So they didn't download the data packs and the game wasn't running well and they got mad.
Oh no! Here's the thing. The thing is, they're a forum troll, and they say that the game requires the data packs because they think the Wii U is too weak to run the game.
No.
Hold on. How could it be too weak to run the game if it can have the data packs?
I'm trying to figure out why it's a problem to begin with anyway, because it already does one thing the other two platforms don't do, and that's run a game from disk to begin with. And they give you the data packs as a courtesy, because if you download it, you have an advantage.
Yeah, it speeds the game. It speeds up loading times for a lot of stuff in the game. It doesn't make the game runnable.
They anticipated that people would want to collect the disc since you can actually use it on that platform. So they figured they would cater to them and say, hey, well, you can still play the game just as fast. It's either that or they give you the downloadable version for free. And they probably haven't figured out a way to do that yet, without them getting hacked or, a whole bunch of people sharing codes. Yeah. So that was their concession to give you, hey, well, here's the speed of the downloadable version in a matter of speaking.
Basically. I just skydove with my scale from like 1,000 feet. I just flew to the clouds, and then, anyway.
I'm just going to ask one question. Is there a way to accidentally wreck your scale?
I haven't run into a way to
okay.
To do that.
Are you planning on like getting one just to see if you can crash test
it?
I'm sure he
is. I'd be crazy enough to test it out.
I wouldn't put it past him at all.
Go from the top of the highest mountain in the game straight to the ground.
Yeah.
Then again, you could just copy that save and keep it moving, I guess. Yeah.
The scale flight control is also pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I was gonna ask you. The flight and the driving. How is that?
It's pretty damn good. I mean, it's just pretty smooth.
But how do you? So you disagree? You disagree with the driving because a lot of people say the driving was bad.
I mean, it ain't.
These are people that didn't say the driving in all Grand Theft Auto games isn't bad, by the way.
Well,
or the driving in Halo isn't bad.
The only thing I would say about the driving, and this since the worlds are so freaking huge, I don't think the driving would be a problem.
The driving gets the job done, and as long as I can do that without constantly having problems, I'm fine with it. Like I haven't even really thought about the driving, which means it must not be that bad.
I think people are forgetting that this is a robot that you are jumping into that transforms and it flies as well. Not everything's going to be perfect.
No Decepticon is perfect.
That's Megatron and Starscream.
And I'm only saying the Decepticon because the Autobots typically don't fly unless they're outside of Cybertron.
Unless it's specialized, outside of Cybertron. They jump real far like Incredible Hulk, though.
that 2-minute window in a movie scene.
Generation 1.
Hey, I grew up watching it.
Yeah, that's good
it was
stuff.
the best one.
It was the best one, and they actually sound like metal when they get hit.
Yeah. Twilight, which one takes up more fuel, driving or flying?
I haven't even noticed.
You haven't noticed?
I haven't paid attention. You could probably look that up.
I think Nintendo's flying, if I'm not mistaken.
I
would assume flying. I would assume flying does because of all the thrusters.
But you will rarely, like, if you're somebody like me who plays the game both on foot and in a scale, like, you will rarely ever, like, run out of fuel. I've never even, like,
I was worried about running out of fuel because
I've battled 1,000,001 enemies with them. I have never even come close to running out of fuel.
And that's what I was told. I won't say that was what I was told, but basically watching some of the videos online and them people going through it or whatever. Basically, if you're not an idiot and you get some of the prompts right during a battle or whatever, you're basically saving yourself fuel. So when you go on to the area or whatever.
Basically, this is not a game you button mash to win.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't do that. You do that, you're gonna die.
Yes.
I mean, but that
gotta
was the
have
whole
to.
fun part of the first Xenoblade. So because you get different assists and stuff like that if you hit the button prompts right. So
Yeah.
and you get different buffs while you're fighting. So why wouldn't you want to do that in this game as well to get the buffs and get the additional fuel? So
Uh, I will say this though about the combat as well. Like you might want to make sure you take your time and pay attention to like the soul voice because using all your arts is a quick way to get killed.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
You can't use your arts one after another.
And
You
I do
actually
that
need to
sometimes.
take your
I mean,
time.
you can do
mean
that
it's
if you.
not Ryan time?
Nah, you can't. Nah, you can't do that.
I mean, if you do decide to do that, you need to have your shit set up to where that works.
Yeah,
Like that's
For the
actually
chain
something
attack.
that you can do.
I haven't
Yeah.
found any situation in which that would actually work though.
Yeah, exactly. Like you gotta set it up to where your TP or whatever it's called,
It's high.
is high all the time.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
let's put it to you like this right here. I was doing a mission to take out like a low level tyrant, and two of his buddies showed up in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, you said low level and tyrant. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. He was a level 11 with a bronze crown. If you see because there are going to be missions where you have to fight tyrants, and some of them are low level, and you have to take a look at what is beside it because he had a bronze crown. Now I have fought one with a silver crown. The silver crown ones I've noticed have like different types of buffs that are ridiculous, like poison and bleed and all that.
Super
The bronze
spike.
ones don't. I've noticed the two bronze ones I've had to fight, they didn't have that.
They just have really high defense, maybe.
Yeah, really high defense. And you have to be smart when you use your topple. You have to be smart when you use your other arts because
Yeah, man.
if you don't and you miss, you're screwed. if you miss like a topple, when like one of your teammates call it out to you, you're kind of gonna get screwed. So that's why I say you have to pay attention to like what's going on. I can't play Xenoblade and talk to somebody else. I think, man, I would have loved for Xenoblade to be online or whatever, but man, this game, I can't imagine having to cooperate with somebody on this.
You cuss everybody out.
I'd be pissed off all the time.
Yeah,
and I could see it working if they adjusted the gameplay, but it would have to almost be like Monster Hunter at a certain point.
I think for them to do
everybody
that,
can truly act individually.
They probably have to dumb it down to how the first Xenoblade was. I think.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and even then they have to slow the time down.
I'm about to say even then that'd be tough.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because like there's so much going on in one fight. You'll be fighting low level stuff, and you still have to pay attention to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you, like I said, you're fighting in open areas. If another monster comes behind you, they're in the fight now.
Yep.
You're gonna have to turn right back around and fight. You might have already took out what you need to take out, but if something comes behind you, you're fighting again.
You fighting again. Yeah. So
I've
you gotta
had that happen on multiple.
You gotta also it's also very strategical in your placement. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
from the side
almost kind of lure. You almost have to lure certain monsters away from each other in order to fight them and survive. Because if you might be able to kill one monster by itself easy, but
are you able to do that at the beginning of the game though? Because in the first game you weren't able to do it unless you had a certain character. Are you able to lure from the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Like you can lure any?
Yeah, you can. It depends on how you. It depends on your position though.
Because there was a little thing where you could actually like throw a rock at a monster.
Okay, that's cool.
Xenoblade.
But it also depends on where you're at too now on the field. Like if you just gonna run into the middle of them, that ain't gonna work.
No, you wanna lure them away from say like you have one high level one you want to fight and you don't want to deal with the other accompanying individuals. You just want to take them down solo. You lure him away and have him follow you somewhere else where he can't call in reinforcements. And
I'll turn it off.
Yeah, so, that's your best bet. Like, cause there was one situation in which I had to I was trying to take out a pack of Grexes, but there was a level 31 in the middle of the level 10, 11, and 13s.
Yeah.
So I had to lure the 10 away from them, and I lured them one at a time.
Okay.
just so I could get, because I was at 15. There was no way I was gonna take out a level 31 at level 15. That's not gonna happen.
No.
That really ain't gonna happen. I think the highest level I done beat was what's the name? The Duaguil or whatever. The flying praying mantis looking thing. I beat
these
one at
names,
level 19, and I was at level 15.
Yeah, from what I understand,
tripping me out.
good luck beating something, over 7 levels higher than you. Like, I don't.
Good luck beating something over 5 levels higher than you.
Yeah,
Unless you got skill.
You got to be pretty good, or have a whole lot of buffs going or something.
Yeah. And like I said, and the only reason why I beat that one because I had him by himself.
Mm.
If he would have had like friends with him, I wouldn't have beat him.
And he probably took a leg off or something, huh?
I took his tail off.
No, I'm saying he probably took one of your legs off or something.
Oh no, I took his tail off. I think that's what helped.
Okay, good.
Actually broke his lightning appendage. I broke it. I mean, I got lucky. I ain't saying I got real lucky.
Yeah, it's getting a little violent.
Yeah,
dismembering.
And you'll see it too. Whatever appendage fall.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question for everybody again. Y'all ready to review this game in about 2 years?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to give it a real review until.
Man, it's gonna probably take me a couple months to do a real sit down review.
Yeah.
Cause it's like I said, cause I spent a lot of time grinding. Like I try to at least grind at least like an hour a day. Cause I don't want to be like so far under level. Because like I said, you walk out the door, you'll see like some stuff that you can beat, but then you'll see like a level 45 just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you expect yourself, to have, unless you expect yourself basically to apply to each and every stat that you're proficient in. It's probably not going to be. It's not going to be too well for you fighting anything above your level. No. So you just kind of have to play that game and match the numbers. Yeah, but that's pretty much what every MMO does anyway, though. And your gear, kind of attributes that.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And on the gear front, it's varied, and you get a lot. But you will have to take some time to like sift through some of it. They do have a thing where you can actually like go to a sub menu when you're actually collecting your gear and equip the strongest gear. I don't like to use that because sometimes it just doesn't match with what I'm trying to do. So keep that in mind if you get because you will collect a lot of gear just playing the game and walking through the world.
Yeah, and a lot of it will be a complete waste of time.
Yep.
Can I make a complaint and ask a question at the same time?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody played this game gamepad mode?
No.
Yes, I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's my complaint. Were you able to put it in gamepad mode and it actually still plays sound out of your TV?
Dude, I don't remember because I did that like the first day I got it.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't remember.
Here's the reason why that's my complaint. I understand why they do that. If you play on a gamepad mode, obviously what you want to do is you want to be able to just listen to it on your headphones or whatever, and you're not bothering anybody from the sound system and whatnot. However, I don't think they thought about that practically because for the most part, if you don't want sound coming from your TV and you're playing on the gamepad, more than likely that input source isn't going to be on that TV anyway if you're playing on the gamepad. So it doesn't matter if that input source is still displaying sound. And the reason why I say that is because a couple of times, and for a couple of the me just basically recording video or whatever, I have to make sure that I'm not playing gamepad mode if I want sound to go over HDMI. And that's a little bit weird. And that's only a Wii U thing that's going to happen because only when you play gamepad mode does it decide to mute the rest of everything else. It'll give you video, but the TV will still display, but it just won't have any sound on it. It'll only be on the gamepad, which that's just so bewildering.
That is weird.
But that's about it. That's every game for the most part that I've seen that supports off TV play, with the exception of I think Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Smash Bros. Still plays sound on both devices, but for almost every other game that supports it, it only channels to the gamepad when you switch the gamepad.
The only game I really played with gamepad mode was Monster Hunter and Tekken. Like,
I did it a lot with Shovel Knight. Even though that's probably not the best way to play that game, because it's good to swap your items and stuff with the gamepad. But
you played Shovel Knight off TV.
I sure did, right next to my wife. I sure did.
Okay.
For quite a while.
Okay, so that's different. If you was just playing it by yourself, I'd say you messed up. But if you was next to your wife, I can understand.
Well, I mean, Shovel Knight is good any way you play it, though. Man.
Yeah. It's just
it's good any way you play it, but it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I would definitely say don't play Shantae without the gamepad.
No.
Don't play Steam World Dig without the gamepad. Just different games.
Don't play Xenoblade Chronicles without the gamepad.
Don't.
You can't play.
You can't play this game without a gamepad.
You can't. And see, this game really does reveal like almost all the pros and cons of the gamepad and the viability of the gamepad in gaming.
Kind of makes you wish this was a launch title, huh?
I know, man.
No, because now we're gonna get people in the comments saying this should have been at launch. Don't do that.
No, they say that about every game that ever came out.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
And it's true, you know, Nintendo should have had something this legit at launch, but they didn't.
Skyward Sword should have been at launch for the Wii. I think all questions would have been answered if that happened. Every single question. You got Wii Sports, Skyward Sword. Shut up.
But Skyward Sword couldn't be done the way it was without the Motion Plus, which wasn't out then.
Exactly.
Good point.
Exactly. You'd have had to make Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword would have just been. It would have been Twilight Princess all over again.
Yeah.
It probably would have been worse. So yeah, I think. Yeah.
Worse. What you mean worse?
I'm talking about how people complained about the waggle.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would have been way worse with Skyward Sword. So yeah.
I was about to say there was nothing bad about Twilight Princess.
The game
nothing.
is fine.
I don't want to hear it.
There's problems with Twilight Princess, but
we can't go into that right now.
They huge glaring issues.
We can't go into that right now.
No, we can't. Not until they release the new one.
Yeah.
No.
We're not going into that.
That we will only buy for Amiibo.
Bull.
Sorry,
you know everybody gonna play back through it to remember the game that they don't remember.
Yeah.
Or the game they didn't play.
Or the game they didn't play.
That too.
Yeah.
And that game was bad. So what part of it was bad to you? It was bad. Yeah.
Only thing that I had issue with was some using the nunchuck to try to do that forward block to parry stuff because it wasn't accurate.
That was
annoying as hell.
It was.
Like I'm trying to.
You don't have to worry about it. You have the gamepad for that.
An attack and I can't do it.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to worry about that.
But we talking about Xenoblade, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, because we're about to wrap that up.
Okay.
As of right now, where I'm at personally in the game, I would say it's worth it. Worth the purchase. Twilight, I know you're way farther than me, so.
Yeah, I'm 60 hours in.
You already know that he gonna say A+, pick it up right now.
Yeah, man.
He gonna tell you to stop listening to the podcast, go to the store and buy the game.
Yeah, I mean, our opinion doesn't matter.
Well, can I say this?
So awesome.
Andre.
What do you want to say?
What did I say wrong?
This is what I want to say. I'm trying to figure out how exactly we live in a world where somebody can buy a Western RPG with 10 hours of actual content with regards to a single player campaign.
Yeah.
And then we have this game here where the entire game is upwards of 100 hours for the same $60, and we're debating whether or not we're going to purchase it.
The entire game is upward of like 600, 700, 800 hours.
My question is this:
the single player campaign is upward of
300.
No, I think it was like
no.
20 if you're like mixing certain if you miss if you don't do all the side quests, like 120.
I have almost 300 hours in the first Xenoblade. So if that's possible on Wii, and this game is, I don't know, some 40 times larger, I just don't. I don't see how this is not a $60 game worth buying. Unless you do not like JRPGs at all.
Yeah. Because some people don't like JRPGs, so and I'm not knocking anybody for that. So,
no, I'm gonna say
I'm
if you
not
do not like
for it.
JRPGs, stay away. But then again, don't buy Final Fantasy.
yeah.
Don't
No,
stop
Definitely
talking
Final
don't.
about.
Fantasy VII Remake is not a JRPG. Let's just be real.
That's
Okay.
extremely westernized. The rest of them,
That is a action, that is a hack and slash with RPG elements. It's not turn based. It probably has a bare minimum of actual customizable elements and role playing elements. That ain't no damn.
yeah, you don't even
JRPG.
switch jobs in FF7, like you should. Like all the rest of the Final Fantasy games are pretty deep with that regard. So I don't.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this remake and even
Oh, the
less so.
remake that they're doing, I don't. That's not even getting full content, so I don't. You
Yeah.
gotta play a little bit. Wait, like Walking Dead. I don't know.
That's a whole nother monster.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
I don't even want to get into that.
Jamie had a Buttercast, and this was part of the subject. So go check that on Jamie Butterworth's channel.
Yeah, I'll be listening to it all day at work tomorrow.
Hey guys, I have to rush out.
right.
And I apologize, but thank y'all for having me talk about Xenoblade because the game is fire, and I will catch you cats later.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you
Y'all be
playing
cool.
Xenoblade.
But yeah, that was basically the first look at Xenoblade Gamers at Large style. So we got about a few more minutes left. Anybody got anything they want to talk about?
I don't know if y'all saw it in the chat that I dropped. The Windows 10 tablet with the controller base.
Or what?
The Windows 10 tablet with the controller base. It's called the Lynx Vision for the Xbox One. They released in Europe for 149 pounds, I think.
Yeah, that looks weird.
I'm like, hold on. The gamepad is a bad idea, right?
Yeah,
This
it looks like a gamepad.
Okay, hold on. Let me share it out so people can see it. Hold on a second.
like,
That's the best Windows 10 tablet for playing Xbox One.
Actually, a lot of people. This looks like the prototype for the gamepad.
yeah.
If you
That's
ever
why
saw
I
the
was-
prototype for the gamepad, that's what it looked like.
It looks very similar. I mean, not exactly the same, but pretty close.
Yeah, it looks pretty because on the original gamepad it had two Wii remotes on each side and it was basically a tablet in the middle.
Yep.
So that's what they're talking about using for the Xbox One.
Yeah, for your Windows 10 tablet to play your games on it.
That's just so odd.
I mean, I kind of figured that Microsoft would end up with something like this anyway, because Sony has the Vita and Xperia phone, and Nintendo has the gamepad. But I mean, I don't think it's bad. But I'm looking at that thing where people say that one thing is bad, and then another company does the exact same thing or something very similar, and then everybody will be like, "Oh, I gotta get that."
And they praise it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep in mind the companies themselves never say they're bad ideas because they were too busy getting ready to copy it.
No, no. See, that's the thing. Both Phil Spencer and Yoshida have not complained about the gamepad ever.
Hell, you should have got two Wii U's.
And he got banned on both of them.
Yeah, and he got banned on both of them.
Banned on Miiverse anyway.
Well, me versus the way of the
One for
world.
himself and one for his kids.
And I bet you he'd buy a third one if if he had reason to.
Well, so I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but I've played around with the new Xbox One experience, and I finally adjusted to some of the issues I have. That being the sidebar where you switch through accounts. That was
I hate that, by the way.
yeah. It basically forced me to use my Connect to sign in. So
I don't even have my Connect anymore.
oh wow.
I got rid of it.
It is
I
a
told
great.
y'all I got rid of it, remember?
It is a great signing in device. It is a wonderful signing in device. It detects me most of the time when I don't want it to, and yeah, it signs me in and stuff. But so I finally bit the bullet and expanded the storage on my Xbox One. I got a little cheap USB 3.0 hard drive enclosure through a little terabyte 2.5-inch hard drive in there, and it kept it moving. But I have within getting 3 games and going through 250 gigs that quick. It just needed to. It had to happen.
Well,
So
I wouldn't have got a terabyte before Halloween, so I feel you on that.
it's getting to the point where you're going to need a Drobo to back up your game console, and that's kind of sad. You shouldn't need 4 individual hard drive bays to back up game consoles. I just, man, I don't know which way they plan on this going, but I'm definitely thankful for Nintendo thinking to keeping things in a small package.
Well, that's all that. Dang it. I lost my train of thought. I was sorry about that.
Yeah. I want to say by far the smallest game on that platform is probably, if it is, I would say a first party AAA game is Killer Instinct. That's probably the smallest one.
Yeah, 'cause that's like what I think it was 20 gigs. I think.
And that's with everything.
Wow.
That's everything,
So
yeah.
like the free joint I think is like maybe 3 gigs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's still
Everything
bigger
else
than
is
a
like
lot of
40.
Nintendo's games.
Yeah.
Everything else is 40 and 50. I told you I had 6 games and it was at 95%.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
I'm at 88% right now, and that's because I deleted stuff, and there's another 20% on the hard drive. So it's
So I just only got a terabyte and just called it a day.
yeah.
Actually, I do have something. Games for the holidays. We got the holidays coming up. What kind of games would you be playing? So I hadn't heard from Vicky in a while. Vicky, what you gonna be playing this holiday season?
I'm still playing Yokai Watch
Okay.
and Rune Factory 4. I just go back and forth between the two of them.
How is Room Factory 4, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I enjoy it. It's fun. I just run around trying to get the one character to like me. That's actually kind of fun.
Stalker!
I am full of stock. I have to bring them like food every day.
Oh wow.
On quests.
Ooh, you're not just a stalker. You are that stalker.
Yes. But it's working. He gave me a compliment. He said,
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
And he's that idiot.
Maybe I should say you're pretty if I see you staring into my window at 7 o'clock. If I say you're pretty, maybe you'll go away.
But,
Like if I tell her she has a nice dress, maybe she might leave me alone for a second.
But I did kind of mess up. I was leveling up too quick as I was going through the game until I finally met a boss I couldn't beat. And I realized I should have been taking people on quests with me the whole time.
Oh.
So then everybody else from the town was too weak to help me. So now I'm stuck.
Wow.
So now you gotta go back and grind them up.
So your
Yeah,
power
I go
level.
back and like make everybody else strong. I'm like, damn it! So I was just killing everything. It was no problem. I was winning. Until finally I met something I couldn't win against. I was like, okay.
You got hit with the
Roll
gambling bug. You was on a roll, and then everything came crashing down.
Exactly.
One
So
of
now
power grinding.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. Shadow, what about you? What you gonna be playing this holiday season? I know you got the kids and everything, so.
So there'll be probably some Fallout going. Definitely Halo. I'm trying to decide if my PlayStation 4 it's worth buying a retail game for at this point. I don't know. All I've been doing is downloading stuff, but there's quite a few games on the Wii U that I probably should be playing, and still playing Star Wars, by the way. So and that'll definitely ramp up with more noobs coming in with the movie coming out and whatnot. And they're all like, "This is the Star Wars game for the movie I just saw." No, this is an MMO that existed well before they even started making this movie. But okay, so I'll be playing that for a little bit. I'll probably upload some footage of that. I've been going through and playing some older games, if you will, Tekken, Resident Evil Revelations, play through Shantae again, 100% at that, And just a couple other games. I have that one little game that we were talking about earlier today. It's a real small game. It's called Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I may spend an hour or two with that before I write my review on it.
Wow, you're being generous.
Yeah, I'm being very generous. Other than that, I'm trying to decide whether or not I should dive into Yoshi's Woolly World. I know my son really wants to play it really bad, and I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. But I just have this weird thing. Like, people tend to say that certain games, some platforms don't have no games, and I just can't seem to find a lack of games to play. I seem to always have a backlog. So people like me have a problem, I guess. I'll be playing a whole bunch of stuff, if you will. And now that I have another Xbox One controller, oh my God, it's on. So you'll probably even see me playing Madden. So don't be surprised.
All right, Dre.
Well, unfortunately, I can't get all the games I want to get, so I'm going to be hitting my backlog up and playing a whole bunch. I've just finished 5 or 6 games in the last week, so I'm going to be killing my backlog.
All right. Anything in particular?
Well, you want to know what's sad? I've just about beat Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, but I have barely made it halfway through Super Mario 3D World.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Dang.
And, Super Mario 3D Land, I'm almost done. Dang, that's a lot of Mario. I gotta go back and play Azure Striker Gunvolt and finish that off. I was on the final boss of the game, just about to kill him, and accidentally hit the power button on my 3DS.
Oh.
And I haven't touched the game since then. And I'm so mad at myself. It was like my pinky finger barely tapped it, and it just shut down on me.
Well, you might want to finish that because 2 about to come out.
I know it's about to come out. Oh, now I also have to finish Project Cross Zone. I'm at the end of that. Haven't finished it. I've been at the end of that game for 8 months.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I got a lot to kill off with my backlog, and that's just the start of it.
Okay. Me personally, I got some footage up of Fast Racing Neo, and I put some footage up on the Games at Large channel of the first part of Devil's Third. Actually, not as bad as I keep hearing and reading. I'm not having a problem with this, but I haven't jumped into the multiplayer yet. So
see, the multiplayer is what the game was kind of designed around, so it's going to be somewhat good.
I haven't jumped into the multiplayer, but the single player is not as bad as I've been hearing. I'm actually enjoying it.
Does the melee combat feel like Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, it does.
Then I'm gonna like the game.
It feels like Ninja Gaiden with guns.
Again, a lot of people didn't really like Ninja Gaiden originally, so it's one of those things you have to have that taste for it, and I kind of figured it would be somewhere in the mind.
It's an Itagaki game.
Yes.
You either gonna like Itagaki games or you're not. There ain't no middle.
That's just like the situation with Platinum. You're either gonna like their games or not.
Or you're not.
About this again?
There's no middle ground with Itagaki or in regards to his games. You either like it or you don't, and keep it moving.
Plus, it's got that '80s B movie feel to it. So
it does, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm actually find myself enjoying it. So I'll probably put some stuff up on the multiplayer once I jump into it. I'm probably not going to jump into it till I at least get either close to finishing the campaign or fully done with the campaign. I'm still playing Xenoblade. I am playing Halo and Rare Replay on Xbox. I'll probably jump into Conker's Bad Fur Day and put something up on that. I've been playing Perfect Dark on Rare Replay, so that's pretty much what I've been doing on that. On the PlayStation, the only thing I've really been playing is my the Japanese games that I got, like Tales and that One Piece.
How you like that new Tales? It's good?
Dude, I love Tales, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. So only problem that I have with Tales is every now and then there's some camera issues with the camera, and for some reason they decided to map the manual, semi-manual, and auto to the L3, and they shouldn't have done that, and there's no way to map it somewhere else.
Oh yeah, and yeah, you're moving the analog stick, so that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I hate that they didn't make it where you could at least take it away from that or just lock it to where it's manual. It really gets on your nerves when you're in the middle of a fight and all of a sudden they're doing something that you didn't want it to do.
Yeah, because you press the stick too hard. Yeah, and people are
Yep.
gonna do that if it's a fast fight. So yeah.
And yeah, some of those fights are very intensive. So, but other than that, it's actually a pretty decent game. I actually enjoy it. But then again, I'm a Tails fan, so I break for Tails.
Okay.
Fanboy.
Pretty much. um, Other than that, I don't have anything else, so we can go on and wrap up. Anybody doing anything? Because we got Star Wars. Oh, you know what? We got Smash Brothers thing coming this week,
Yep.
Yeah, direct on Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I guess we're doing reactions.
We could.
Yeah, I guess so.
We
I
could.
guess we are then. Well, we'll
I'm
probably see y'all on Tuesday then, if that's the
I
case.
gotta grow my hair into a box before we do that though. I gotta get it right.
Wow.
And one of y'all gotta grow some blonde hair so you can sound like Max. You gotta get this.
Nah.
Nah, that ain't happening. But okay, that's it for episode 84 of the Gamers at Large. Vicky, you got anything you want to pimp out?
No, not really. All my shows are off, so ain't nothing going on.
Gotcha. Fox.
Yeah. So I've got content coming. It's just in the I don't know, in the Final Cut cutting room phase. So once all that stuff is done and I decide to upload it, it'll be up there. In the meantime, I have a public service announcement. Man, please go play Freedom Planet. Somebody please just go. Just go. If you like Sonic games and you say Sonic sucks recently, go play that. Just go play it through. It's tough. It's nails towards the end, but it's worthwhile and it's fun. Like even the time trials are fun. So
I will co-sign that. Yes.
Yes,
Play
please play this game.
And then I will sign on top of that cosign.
Yes,
It's that's good. That good of a game.
it's pretty good. After watching, I watched Jay play it for a while, and I was like, you know what, that's what I like, and so I downloaded it, and I can't complain at all.
And this Sonic game has more than one playable character.
Yes, and they have different abilities.
They have different abilities and skills.
Yeah,
Some of them even have different levels.
Yes, completely different levels. So I'll have some footage up of that at some point as well. Whether or not it'll be part of just game footage or a part of something else, will Final Cut will dictate. So other than that, I know I promised the Shadowcast probably 2-3 weeks ago, and whenever I freaking feel like it, it'll come up. So I'll probably maybe I'll merge it with Jamie, and it'll be a butter Shadowcast or something. I don't know.
Buttery Shadow.
A buttery Shadowcast. We'll do whatever. We'll get it going.
That just sounds wrong.
So,
It does.
you know what?
It sounds so
It
dirty.
is what it is, man. Hey, do you play games to have fun or impress other people? That's all I can say about that. Just whatever.
Oh man.
All right, Andre, you got anything you want to pimp out?
I mean, I have a couple videos I've done, and I'm waiting to put them on to upload them, but my computer is having some trouble because I'm moving a lot of data from one place to the next for right now. So I'm gonna wait until that's done, and then I'm gonna upload like 3 or 4 different videos that'll be waiting in the wings. Still got the game ideas of work on the Wii U coming. Got another couple series I'm starting up. One is called Manga to Game. Should be pretty daggone obvious what it is. Then there's a couple Gamers Thoughts videos I want to do that I'm going to put up. So, yeah, I'm going to be kind of busy. I want to get a bunch of stuff uploaded before the holiday hits.
Okay, all right.
So I have a steady stream of stuff coming out while I'm not able to be online.
No problem. Me, I'm probably just gonna have another couple of, because I'm pretty much done with buying games for the year. So I'm just gonna be putting up gameplay of Devil's Third. Probably put up some more gameplay of Xenoblade and Tales. So just check the channel for that, and we will see you guys. I guess we're gonna see you guys on Tuesday after the Smash Bros. Direct to let you know what we think about it.
Yep.
And that'll be our midweek show this week. So we'll just do that. Cloud for the win. And I'll see you guys. We'll see you all on Tuesday night sometime. Peace.
Deuces.